Hey guys, welcome to the first video. I'm going to be looking at a VOD review of some Exosister gameplay. So here we go. I'm going first, GLs. So I have Imprune, Armament, and Walk. So I'm going to leave the Conk in case I can get the Eldlich into rotation via the Walk for next turn. And also in case he has a blowout card like the Heartbees. As we see, he's playing Striker, pretty good hand with Fusion Destiny, Exosister, Ray, and Duster. So goes first, Duster. I'm going to chain Armament, lose 800, and then I'm going to go into Eldlich. This is a tricky one because you have really two options. You could go for something like the maybe like a Caspitel or Osofio or Gibberine for a negate, but Eldlich is the best if you're not sure what you're going into, just because it gives you follow-up for next turn. So we lose the Walk and the Infib. He goes into Hayate, attacks directly, take 15, and then we're just gonna watch it play out. He sends Jamming Waves because we're on the back row deck here. I don't think that's really a good idea here. It's probably a misplay. You could just shiz it out in end phase, and something like Widow Anchor is a lot more impactful against this deck, especially if I can't get my Exosister effects off. But again, that's the rogue deck advantage. If he doesn't know what you're playing, you kind of get away with stuff. So we're gonna watch him add waves. He's gonna is kind of annoying because it means that we can't go directly into a Zeus next turn. So we've got to play around that by either getting another Exosister line going, which is kind of hard without drawing like packs specifically, and we can't walk over the Shizuku, so we lose out on a lot there actually. We're gonna Exosister end phase, banish the Ray. I could have gone for a Shizuku banish in main 2 or start of end phase, but I didn't think that was the best option because Ray just comes back. And even though he can't get into something this turn, I have no pressure on him for next turn, so we can just go Shizuku in the next end phase, search the engage, and we're in exactly the same scenario. He's just down a Shizuku, but he still has Ray in rotation, which means that we're down a lot worse. Also, not sure why he didn't use the Fusion Destiny here. I think it's probably a really good option, and you don't have to use your Kaina then, and you don't need to pop the Eldlich even in that scenario. I suppose he's worried about the banish, but it does target, so you can just chain DPE, call it a day, and you're good. But he's got Shark Cannon Eagle Booster set, which means that it's going to be a bit hard to out the Shizuku, especially, we're only losing 100 attack, but we've got to figure out a way to out the Shizuku. End phase Walk, set, Sanguine. We draw Gozen Match. Gozen Match is incredibly good in this matchup because he has to get locked into an attribute. And since our deck is basically mono light with Exosister Eldlich, we just take W's. Add the Spell and Trap. We're going to go add... It's tricky because Pax is a good option because we could summon Gibberine, or we could summon an Eldlich or an Eldlich off of its own effect, but we don't really have any options from here, so we're down that way. Set 3. I suppose I could have gone Sanguine here and beat over the Shizuku. But I do not do that, which I think is probably a misplay. Well, definitely a misplay on my end. I should have gone Sanguine, summon the Eldlich, beat over Shizuku, and then... I do play Lina, but there's no lights, so there's nothing really to go into from there. Plus, it's also some good Ash bait in case he does have an Ash, we can make sure our bodice resolves clearly, because that Eldlich is a big threat on his end, to his end at least. He's going to go Jamming Waves, target our bodice. This is a good snipe. It makes us use this early, which is just a bit unfortunate. I would have rather held it until I know I'm getting a guaranteed activation, because if he can just pass right now, we're kind of just boned. We're going with Irene, so get the river out of the deck, and then Sophia. Sophia, this one was a tough one again, because you don't want to, you want to be able to have a Sophia in deck, because if you can, then you can draw the card. But Irene is just too big of a brick to draw, so I figured that those are probably the best. And they're just generically the best to go for. Here, he wants to get the third spell engraved for that Engage draw, but he has to either use Eagle Booster or Shark Cannon. He chooses the worst of the two, which is Shark Cannon, because it just triggers both my Exosisters, and then I can, you know, we're playing. Basically, he gives us the ability to play the game. So we go Nicolas Gibbering, and I mean, this one's a bit obvious. You could go Asafiel or Caspatel, but I think the negate here is just more important in case he goes into something like another Kagari, or he goes like normal summon Ray. I have a negate for the Zeke, because Zeke banished Nicolas is really annoying. Other than that, I'm going to banish the Engage. Sorry about that. Got a cough. Banishing the Engage here is easy. I mean, just get it out of rotation. There's only one. And we still got the Sanguine and the Conch, so we got a pop, and we can attribute lock him. I want to wait for him to get off of the Shizuku before I try to attribute lock him. I think in this scenario, there's the Ash that I was worried about. So this is why I should have used the Sanguine last turn. Yeah, I'm gonna Gozen here because I know he added a Widow Anchor, and so if he does like attempt to steal, he can just basically get rid of one of my guys. That's what I was thinking. Like he can't attempt to steal with Widow Anchor was basically the idea. Like it locks him out of link climbing. And so that was the overall idea. I mean, he's obviously going to Widow Anchor take, and then just get rid of Nicolas. In end phase, activate Sanguine. He's going to Ash. Activate Conch. This is just so that I can eventually link in. I draw a Sanguine here, which is really bad actually, because it means that I can no longer play out of my Eldlich engine. Because I have to, like, I mean, it just cuts off my Eldlich engine so much, because I have one in rotation always now, and I want more live draws, more Exosisters. Like if I draw an Armament or a Pax or a Goddess, those are all really good draws right now, and Sanguine isn't good because I'm getting it in the rotation anyway. So battle phase, boost for 800, beat over Shizuku, just deal some good damage. I was just doing the math here on how much, because, you know, I'm just aiming for damage. And here I'm going to go UFD, and then I was thinking here if I want to go into Zeus, right, because I can have a format. And, I mean, that could, like, that'll win me the game, I think, in this scenario. But I'd have to get rid of Gozen, and I'd lose a lot of the potential on my Eldlich engine, plus, like, a single Widow or a single Afterburners just shuts me out of that game. And like knowing, I don't know obviously that he has the Fusion Destiny, but knowing now, I think that I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna say, you know, I'm not gonna go into any sort of Zeus play. Definitely the right decision, because if he can somehow, you know, he swings. If I keep the Zeus in attack, he could swing with the Kagari or the Shizuku and then get rid of it. You know, if he finds a way to get rid of the Shizuku, I'm basically dead. Yeah. Set Conch. Change the Conch to defense, so we got Sanguine Conch set. And then call it a day. He's going to Imperm UFD. Or UEF. And on res, I was thinking about what I wanted to do, because I could, like, maybe pop, maybe summon. Plus, I mean, Imperm Golem. So, yeah, he's playing now, and it's just not, I'm not in a good spot, right? Because if I go pop, I can play. Or, like, I just put him on not having Ray, or, like, a way to play. And, unfortunately, Fusion Destiny is a way to play. So he goes, target anchor, add back anchor. This is fine, really, because he impermed the UDF already, which means that he has no plays. So he's gonna go shiz, and then just knowing that this Celestial was in hand was great for me, because he had two unknowns, and just the info that one of them is a Celestial means that the amount of stuff that could be in his hand is so much less. And so he's gonna activate DP effect. And so here's where I think I make a misplay. Activating Sanguine, or activating Conch Chain Sanguine is probably the correct play here, because I was like, my thought process here was that I'm debating between, do I let him steal, do I let him do it, because he has to kind of pop the UDF here, because otherwise he doesn't have a good out. Like, there is no way to cleanly out this. Like, he can try to Widow Anchor, you know, but then if you out the he'll be locked under the, he'll be just locked with the Conquer and the Sanguine, right? So I'm going. And so he could pop the goes in, but then he doesn't have clean out, is basically my thinking. But in hindsight, if I just go Conch, Sanguine, pop the DPE, force him to basically go pop Shizuku, pop goes in, you know, I play a lot better. I'm gonna go battle phase, beat over Conch, and here's where I was thinking, right? Because I can go Conch, pop Shizuku, or I can let the Conch banish itself, get a walk hero, and cleanly get rid of the DP, which was my mentality. So, you know, I'm like, do I pop or do I let him? You know, it's either get rid of the striker or get rid of the DP. And I think the DP is the bigger threat because it simplifies the game state too much here. I just kind of lose without it. So he's going to Shizuku, search afterburners, Conch, set Sang. Oh, what the yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what I was saying there. But yeah, so I don't even need to bother to search because Gozen, he can't even, you know, use DP. So I'm going to go Sanguine, summon Eldlich, and then I can go beat over. He's going to try to take, and then chain link 2, I will Conquistador to pop. Yep, so as you see, chain link 2 Conch pops Shizuku before Widow Anchor resolves taking the Eldlich. Then I go Pax, take 8, feel great, you know, grab Bavardis, set it, Eldlich comes back to me. He's going to burn the Eldlich, and so I kind of have to activate Bavardis, otherwise he can non-targeting pop, and that's gonna really cut me off the Exosister engine. Obviously, I only play one Irene, so no more targets left for the Sophia line. And then he's going to pop the set Sanguine. Dasher, draw 2, or Celestial, draw 2, and then go Stella. Overlay. I'm going to go here for Caspitel and Sophia, basically just say nothing in the graveyard. This was also back when I was only playing 2 Ecolace. I upped the ratio eventually because I had a useless Gaia Charger in the extra deck, or an extra slot basically. So I'm playing 3 now, and so that's why I didn't go into the 3rd. So right, I'm basically out of the Exosister engine here. I've went through, I believe I'm playing 2 Asophiel, 2 Caspitel. Yeah. And so the game state is pretty simple here, but I'm worried about what he's going to do, which is terraforming, because if he mines me, I'm kind of in trouble. That being said, I have a clean out eventually. It's just going to be 1 or 2 turns, and by that time he has tempo. That said, the cosmic draw is insane, because I just banish the mine, activate Eldlich, special it, and now I've got lethal on board. So I'm going to go battle phase, hit with Caspitel. He's going to steal the Eldlich, totally fine. Main 2, set a conk, add an Exosister, normal Sophia, get the draw, see what we draw. Arm Edge is actually insane because it allows us to actually play on our opponent's turn without the necessary of Kagari. Since he's already gone through Kagaris, I'm not expecting him to go through a third one, so, like, necessarily. Plus, like, I'm within Hayate kill range, so I'm a bit worried about that, and I think that really helps with that. I could have Sophia bounced. It's not a quick effect, obviously, but I just wanted the Eldlich to stay on the field, and so I figured that was more important. And I'm going to get him back to the end phase, nothing really changes. Dead draw Fusion Destiny, obviously, he's going to Area 0, and he will find Rhoda, Drones, and Valor. He's going to add Hornet Drones, put the rest back, and he's going to activate Drones. On res, I will conk, and that is game. Now moving on to game 2. Sighting strategy here is, I play a lot of, I'm going to be going second since I won this first game probably, and I've got a lot of evenlies, and that's what I was prepared for. So I put in a few evenlies. I probably sided out some of the imperms because I don't like that really in the Sky Striker matchup. I think that it just doesn't do enough. That being said, this is a pretty good hand. Normal Sophia Special Ellis gets you into Michaelis, which gets you into Goddess, which is the Exosister engine. We've opened one Hakero, which is not great, but it's enough to get the Eldlich engine rolling, and then goes in match. Obviously, when you're looking at this hand, Cosmic doesn't look great, just as a follow-up note, but just knowing he has Mine and Cosmic, like, I think Cosmic here, just, I've been main decking it, I'm considering siding it out. It's just, it's a hit or miss card in a lot of matchups, but I think main decking a back row out or two is going to be really helpful in the upcoming format. Yeah, so we're going to see him go Shizuku, Fusion Destiny, pass. Shizuku switch engage, call it a day. So go Sophia, special with Ellis. Obviously, I think that popping the normal summon, in this scenario, it'd unironically be good, but I think it's pretty bad any other time, so yeah. He's going to Ash the Sophia. I'm not really sure why he ashes the Sophia here. He's obviously going to try to get rid of one of these to make me not be able to play, but this does nothing really, because it just delays my plays a turn. And I don't think that a singular turn, especially in a control matchup like this, is enough for him to kill me. So I'm totally fine with this. I'm just gonna set 4 pass. In hindsight, I could have probably kept one of the Gozens in hand, but I don't think that's necessary. And then in draw phase, I was thinking about flipping the Gozen early just to see. Because the thinking is, if DPE comes back, he basically gets a free pop, but if DPE doesn't come back, I get no Ellis trigger, because he can just go battle phase, beat over it with Shizuku, call it a day. That being said, I'm not too worried about things like the engage, only one spell engrave, and I have a Cosmic to get rid of it. So he's going to do this, I'm going to activate Ellis, he's going to chain DPE, I am going to change Gozen match. Things get a little messed up here. And so basically Gozen resolves first, forcing him to choose an attribute. DPE, chain link 2, and then he's going to pop. He chooses dark, pops both. And this is really good for me because he has an array trigger, and I get to clear his field. I don't know why he didn't just chain Cosmic to the Gozen. Not like it mattered because I can just chain Gozen again anyways. But it's just one of those things. He's gonna banish the walk as well, which is unfortunate because that means no Eldlich engine. He's going to target our Cosmic. I'm going to Cosmic the Cosmic here to make sure that he doesn't have that third spell engrave because I know he has that engage in hand. I don't want him to just get that free draw. Goes engage, add Ray, normal summon Ray. Gonna take 3k, or gonna take only 1, because he can't link, because of Gozen, obviously. Again, I'm not really sure about these cosmic choices. They feel a little bit odd. And then I'm going to scoop it up because I drew Armament. Armament does nothing in this scenario. Going first, I can sign in a lot of the Solemn Brigade, which just means I think I have the advantage. This deck really likes going first. I think it's just a really good thing. Stella, Special, Irene. Irene puts Stella back. Draw Pax. Pax is an insane draw because I can go Cospatel, detach Irene, Pax, Special, Sophia. And so I can now add a Stella for a follow-up play, go Pax to Special to summon the Sophia. Sophia, draw 1. Drawn into a Judgment, actually just a huge draw because it turns off so much stuff. That being said, he doesn't have a great hand, so I'm not super worried. He's gonna go Eldlich, Special, overlay into Mikalace, grab Vadis. This is where post defo I'd probably just end up going into Magnifica here because this hand, like, Magnifica just absolutely owns right here. That being said, I'm gonna go UDF pass, set 4, set 3. So Pank here, bit annoying. Well, I mean it's like a bit annoying in the sense that I can't really cleanly deal with it on his turn, and like no matter what he's going to get it off, and if I waste a negate on this, I lose out on a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna let him do it, and then I'm gonna see what he targets. He's gonna target the Judgment. Now I could obviously Draco Future the Pank, but like if he has a Ray in hand, I'm immensely punished. If he has an Anchor in hand, I'm incredibly punished. There's just so many things that punish me in that scenario that I don't like it. He's gonna go Burners just to get the spell engrave, I think. I'm not really sure why he burned it here. Maybe he just didn't read UDF, which is entirely possible. He's gonna target the Sanguine. And here I have a decision because I could go Vadis, because like if I let the Sanguine die, it just goes cycles for 2 turns. But if I activate the Sanguine and he has more pack row removal, I can't like activate the Vadis. It's basically dead in the water because of the Sanguine restrictions of no special summoning after you use it. Or this one. Right there. Hopefully you see what I mean. That's that 2. And then in the end phase, I will Sanguine set Conk. Main 1, activate Vadis. I already used the Sophia, so I have to go Stella Elise. He's then going to Tikaboo me. Gonna get rid of Stella. This is a bit annoying, obviously. I don't have a clean out Tikaboo without really like already having an Eldlich on field, and I can't activate a Conk then. So it's just one of those problems. I also don't play Phoenix, not like I would want to link away Phoenix, because UDF is just so killer right now. Like, he has a set card, which I'm like, I feel like the set card is dead, or it's a negate at the very least, and then he's just got, like, he's got nothing. Main phase 2, I'm just gonna go Zeus, format, and then I'm just gonna say, yeah, you know, get owned. And then, that being said, I also have lines of play here. I could go, you know, normal Stella, special Elise, Mikalace, grab the Vadis, and then I'm gaming, basically. Gain 8, feel great, Mikalace, detach, add Armament. Did I go through? I only went through 1 Vadis, but I think what I was thinking here is, like, Armament lets me play no matter what. Plus, I could go like Chainlink 1 Zeus, Chainlink 2 Armament. No, that doesn't work. But it just gives me more proactivity, especially when I have Zeus on the board. I don't want to flip the trap. and then have to Zeus myself and just go incredibly neg. Like, this is still neg, it's just less neg. And then Mikalace, Spanish Jamming Waves, just to get rid of back removal. He probably only plays one. And then in phase, set Sanguine, call it a day. Main one, Fusion Destiny. And then I see he has no cards in hand. And so this is just an easy W. That being said, I do make a bunch of misplays here. I should have just, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have gone Chain Zeus after this, because then I send the DPE. It does not resolve. And I just win the game, because Zeus plus Eldlich on the next turn, I can banish Sanguine, set a Conk or a Walk, and I just win the game. That being said, never punished. And he's going to activate DPE. Strike, activate Zeus, chain DPE. Pop the Zeus. In standby, he'll activate it. I'm going to Sanguine for the walk, battle phase, and then I have a strike. So in draw phase, I will activate, banish. He's going to summon out the Dasher. He's going to int. Celestial, draw 2. I'm going to strike that. I mean, he could have gone, did he already use mine? I don't remember. He probably decided out mine going first, but he could have gone mine, but then I just link these two off, set a Sanguine, and then I play the game. GG's to him though. That'll be it for me.